Hey, folks, it's Mark Arum. I hope you're enjoying the Mark Arum Show podcast. A reminder, you can hear this very radio show live Monday through Friday. We're live 6 to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday on 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk. It's wet. It's slow. I would imagine a good percentage of you right now are experiencing road rage. We are your cure. It's the Mark Arum Show with you till 8 in the p.m. We got a big show tonight. Lil Sanjay is going to join us. We're giving away Rolling Stones tickets as Chuck and I were going to face off in a little time zone trivia and test his knowledge. We found one subject that Chuck dominates me with, so we're going to play that game. But I speak of road rage. I mean, that's just a part of life in Atlanta, right, Longoria? I would imagine you, especially as poor a driver as you are.
No, I don't.
People lose their mind at you all the time.
They do not.
But road rage is a legit thing.
Yeah, it is.
Have you ever had I'm talking to all the bananas here. Have you ever had an incident where someone got out of a car because of road rage?
Not with me, no.
Not with you? They take one look at you and go, oh, yep. I'm not messing with the stoic Escobar. Chuck, road rage, I'm sure you experienced it. Have you ever had someone get out of the car because of something that happened on the roads?
Yeah. Yesterday.
Wow. All right.
Chased me down in my neighborhood.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Did it come to blows or
no?
Did you pull out the Glock or what? Anything? No. Just how'd you de-escalate the situation?
I didn't.
Oh, all right. Excellent. All right.
I know. I did. I was very calm. I didn't say anything.
Yeah.
I just let the person have their peace and moved on with my day.
Chuck. I've taught you well. The reason I bring up road rage, you're not going to believe this is a road rage story involving a MARTA bus and an off-duty police officer. Listen to this audio we got from Channel 2 Action News. Sorry, that was a little extreme.
Have an accident because I can't go over there. He's behind me. You behind me. Yeah.
That's the MARTA bus driver yelling at what turns out to be an off-duty police officer. Joining us live on the show, covering the story for Channel 2 Action News, our good friend Tyisha Fernandes. Ty, thanks for joining us, buddy.
Hey, good to be here.
This is crazy, this story. The audio there, the bus driver, the police officer. When, where, and why did this all happen?
Mark, I did not even believe that this was true until I actually got my hands on the video. So basically, this MARTA bus driver called me and said that this happened to her back in November. And she said, as soon as I get the video, I'm going to let you see it. And I said, okay, we'll go from there. So this was back on November 23rd that this happened. Bus driver is driving on North Avenue right there in that Georgia Tech community. They were doing some construction. So it went from what she was on the side where there were two lanes. It went down to one. So she merged over. Now, the video doesn't show how badly she cut this officer off. But what the video does show is him laying on the horn, going around her. You know, I don't know if people know this, but MARTA buses have several cameras rolling at all times. So just know that. So the cop goes around her, pulls in front of her, slams on his brakes in the middle of the street, jumps out. At this point, she's like, oh, this is an officer. So she thought he was going to give her a ticket. Mm-hmm. But then he started calling her names that we couldn't broadcast on TV, saying all sorts of profanity. He was like, I've been working 8 hours. And, he goes back in the car, grabs the gun, puts it in his holster, though. He never pointed the gun at the bus driver. That's the reason why he's not facing any charges and probably the reason why he's keeping his job. But he grabs the gun and starts walking aggressively towards this bus driver. So, and ironically, she's from the same place I'm from in Boston, Massachusetts. And she's like, when people pull out their guns, they're going to use them.
Yeah.
So she was just kind of stunned, and he just kept screaming, and she asked for his badge number, and he said, F you, a couple times. And she reported him. Atlanta police started investigating right away. As soon as they saw that video, they pulled him off the street, put him on desk duty, and now they're just trying to figure out how many days they're going to suspend him. But people on social media are like, why does this officer still have a job? He clearly doesn't know how to control his anger. So, we're going to pull his record and see what else he has in there.
Tyisha Fernandes from Channel 2 Action News joining us. Just to be clear, I was watching your report on TV. This officer was off duty in his patrol car, but in his uniform. Did I get that right?
No, off duty in his uniform in his personal car.
Personal car, okay.
Gotten off his shift. Yeah.
So like a Dodge Stratus or whatever. Actually was a Subaru.
Subaru.
Oh,
Black
okay.
Subaru.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, all-wheel drive. That's a smart choice for the police
A lot of
officer.
people in New England have that.
Yeah. So this happened in November. The video was just released to the MARTA bus driver. She reached out to you. I saw the video and I heard the audio. It's crazy. Did the bus driver bring this to the attention of the MARTA people right away, or?
Oh, she did for sure. And I wanted to make sure she wasn't going to lose her job either. So I said, bring it to your union. Make sure you're good. You know, I so many things come to me, and I just don't know if it's worth people losing their jobs. So I always try to make sure they go through the right channels. Her union said it was all good. Her union was actually appalled that it happened.
Yeah.
So they were behind her 100%.
Full disclosure.
Yeah.
We're going to check traffic in a second. The biggest pet peeve I have in Atlanta traffic is when I'm stuck behind a MARTA bus driver. So I kind of, that getting cut off is a different story. But if I'm stuck, I'd rather be stuck behind 90 dudes on bicycles and tight pants. That didn't sound good. I'd rather be stuck.
No, but I'm saving that audio.
I'm saving that audio. I'd rather be stuck behind a pack of bicyclists than a MARTA bus, because it just seems like my trip time is doubled when I'm stuck behind a MARTA bus. Not excusing anything.
I know. I think we all can understand that sometimes MARTA bus drivers do merge. They just kind of force their way over. But you have to look at it from their point of view also. They've got a job to do, too. So if they just abide by waiting for someone to let them in, that will never happen.
Yeah, indeed. Tyisha Fernandes from Channel 2 Action News joining us on the Mark Arum Show. Road rage incident. We've all been had to deal with them here in Atlanta traffic. This one's unique. It involves a MARTA bus and a driver, an off-duty police officer in his personal vehicle, but still in uniform with a gun. Confrontations ensues. There's video. Have the Atlanta Police Department reached out and responded yet, Tyisha?
Yes, and they said that they completely agree that this officer did not act in a way that they would want their officers to act. However, they don't think he did anything that rises to the occasion of charges. Now, if he had pointed the gun at the driver, this would be a much different story. But because he grabbed his gun, put it in his holster, Atlanta police, you know, the way they put it was he realized he was screaming in the middle of this intersection and decided that he shouldn't be doing that without being armed. So he put the gun in his holster and continued to act erratically. But, you know, Atlanta police are not making excuses for him. They're saying he's totally wrong. They just don't think that he needs to lose his job for it or face charges like a lot of people on social media believe he should.
Interesting. Tyisha Fernandes from Channel 2 Action News. Were there passengers on the bus, on the MARTA bus, that may be possible witnesses?
Oh, yeah. They actually, at least two of them filled out affidavits and reported what happened. And you can hear their audio as well. They were shocked and they were scared of what he was going to do next.
Unbelievable story. Tyisha, thank you so much for joining us. I want to keep in touch with you and find out more about this story as it progresses, if you don't mind.
Absolutely. Yes,
All
I'm
right.
on it.
Thanks, Ty.
All right, Mark. See ya.
See ya. That's nuts. I mean, my MARTA buses, Chuck, I swear to God, when I'm stuck behind them. And it's so weird. Like, if I'm stuck behind a school bus, calm and peaceful. All right, they're going to make 92 stops. It's fine.
Yeah.
I stop. I make sure no one, goes through the arms, But if I get stuck behind a MARTA bus, I'm not to the level where I would jump out of the car and grab my holster. But MARTA, so I get the frustration there. But if you're a police officer, you can't do that, right? I mean, you got to let that roll off your back. Right?
Yeah, no, I'm just thinking like how you can get that incensed over a MARTA bus. Like I don't.
Even if they almost like drive you off a cliff.
Well,
it's a MARTA bus.
Come on now.
I would actually understand it more if it was just like another passenger vehicle.
Sure.
That I could see him the whole thing holding his gun. That's not appropriate. But I don't know. I've been cut off by MARTA buses, and I never. Just part of the territory, right? I mean,
I get cut off all the time. I'm not more upset about the MARTA bus cutting me off than I am the local chucklehead that does it. It's not whatever.
Yeah,
go about your day.
But to defend the law enforcement officer, we don't know what happened to him that day. What was going on?
Bad day.
We all have bad days, but if you have a bad day and you have a gun on your side, you need to proceed with caution. Yeah.
Don't do that.
So I'm not saying he should be fired. But, slap on the wrist for sure.
Disciplinary.
Yeah. And I'm actually glad this has been brought to light by Tyisha, because maybe that, if there are other law enforcement folk that, listen to the show, don't do that. you know, you need to.
I think they know.
They probably knew already, but
Don't do that.
but even if you're off duty and not in a uniform,
Yeah.
like just you've got to be above the fray, man. You cannot let road rage at the most just flash your badge. Like if you get in a road rage entanglement,
No.
and someone's laying on the horn, and you just show them your badge. Be like, hey, you want to laugh?
Yeah.
Get off the horn. Anyway, your thoughts on this story? 404-872-0750 1-800-WSB Talk. We can go any number of ways with this story. Your thought on this specific story, road rage stories. If you've ever received road rage because you were driving behind Longoria, I'd love to hear from you as well. He's got that Swim Dad sticker on the back of his Durango.
Drive perfectly.
Rich is up first on the Mark Arum Show. What's going on, Rich?
How you doing today, bud?
Excellent. What's cooking?
Well, this happened to me about 2 weeks ago. I was traveling in Gwinnett, and I pulled over into a lane. I had plenty of time to do it, and this guy behind me gets all bent out of shape. I don't know. I had plenty of room to get over. He was just acting like, he owned the road. So he starts following me. I'm on my way to my neighborhood. I pull into my neighborhood, and the guy is literally following me into my neighborhood. So the minute I pull into the subdivision, I stop, and he immediately gets out of his car, goes to his trunk, gets a tire iron.
Oh, gosh.
So I get out of my car, and I have no weapon with me at all.
Can I put you on hold, Rich? I want to hear the end of that story, but we gotta jump out for traffic. Road rage incident involving a MARTA bus and an off-duty police officer. Fireworks ensue. I'll try to get you some more suitable audio when we come back. 404-872-0750 1-800-WSB Talk on Twitter and Instagram at Mark Arum. This is the Mark Arum Show.
What's your badge number? What's your badge number? What's your badge number?
Audio from the road rage incident between a MARTA bus driver and an off-duty police officer. Welcome back to the Mark Arum Show. Rich is finishing his story. Rich, we don't have much time. What was the ending of your ordeal with the road rage?
So this guy gets out, grabs the tire iron, starts walking towards my car.
Yeah.
I get out of my car. He stops dead in his tracks, walks back to his trunk, throws the tire iron in there, drives away.
How big are you? You must be a monster.
I'm 6'1", and I work out quite a bit, but I really thought I was going to get a good workout out of this guy.
Wow.
I really did.
Yeah. Well,
Very strange.
At least it ended peaceably. That's my only hope is if I ever get in a road rage incident and the guy comes up to my car, he's like, "Oh, hey, it's Mark Arum. What's going on, buddy?" That's my.
That's how it'll work out.
I don't know. I'm hoping. I hope I never have to deal with that, but I hope it's a big fan. Like, oh, I watch you every morning on Channel 2. What's going on? Sorry about that. I just want to say
no problem.
hi.
Have a nice day.
Yeah, great to meet you. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Your thoughts on this road rage incident between a MARTA bus driver and an off-duty police officer. What should happen to the police officer? And if you have any assorted tales of road rage, love to hear them. 404-872-0750. It's the Mark Arum Show on WSB.
Hey, this is former Governor of Texas, Rick Perry, and you're listening to the Mark Arum Show.
Welcome back to the show. Mark Arum with you till 8. Still to come. Rolling Stone tickets, time zone trivia, Lil Sanjay with Would You Rather. Talking about this crazy story from Tyisha Fernandes from Channel 2 Action News. In case you're just getting in the car, road rage incident between a MARTA bus driver and an Atlanta police officer.
What's your badge number? What's your badge number? Me? Whoa!
Crazy stuff. This happened back in November. It just came to light because the video was released to Channel 2. Again, the police officer was allegedly cut off by the MARTA bus driver. He stopped, pulled in front of her, got out of his personal vehicle, a Subaru, which we found out, which was a smart car choice, put his hand on his gun, on his holster, and approached the Atlanta Police Department, now reviewing this to see what would happen. Your thoughts on that story, what should happen with the police officer, and road rage in general here in Atlanta. It's a very common thing. Sadly, it happens way too often. Sadly, it ends badly. But a little bit of me understands. If I'm behind a MARTA bus, I'm like, who did I make mad? Why am I behind this MARTA bus for 3 miles straight? I get it, but I've never thought about getting out of my car and doing something about it. Anthony is in Decatur, where it's greater. Anthony.
Hey there.
What up, buddy?
Hey, I was wondering. I've actually got a road mirth story.
Okay.
Weighing in on the police officer approaching the bus with a gun off duty. I mean, is it a fireable offense? I don't know. I believe police officers should be treated with more respect and consideration than they are, but I also think they need to be held to a higher standard because of their position. And maybe he shouldn't be carrying a gun if he's having a day like that, or he's capable of like talking like that.
Yeah, it was handled poorly. Especially
Yeah,
again,
exactly.
I actually see it. I could see it happening more likely if it was another passenger vehicle. But I mean, it's a MARTA bus,
Right.
man. Just let it go.
Yeah, and also just like that's not cool thinking under a stressful
No,
situation.
correct.
But I think you'll like this. I grew up in Jonesboro, and when I was about 18, I was at a traffic light behind a primer gray Nova with really fancy wheels and an old yellow Firebird, both jacked up in the rear end and revving their engines, because they were going to take off when the light turned green.
Absolutely, a little drag race.
Yeah, and the primer gray Chevy Nova, I believe, had a speed shifter or something, and I'm sitting behind it in a pickup truck, and the light turns green, and I see the reverse lights come on for like half a second before the tires created a cloud of smoke, and he reversed into me.
Right into your. Oh my goodness!
It was.
Did he
honestly
stop
fell
or
out
did
of
he
my-
take off after that?
No. He stopped. I mean, he
Okay,
hit really
good.
hard. His bumper fell off.
Oh, all right. So at least
you know.
you got covered there. Thank you for the call, brother. Tanner's in Vinings. Tanner, welcome to the Mark Arum Show.
Hey, what's up, Mark?
How are you, Tanner?
I'm doing good. Just got off work. But, okay, so my story, this was in college a few years ago, and me and my friends, we were headed to the gas station from my house, and I'd turn on the street, take a right at a stop sign, and there was a car coming. I would say I did cut him off, so it was essentially my fault. But this big old, this huge, like, red F-150 truck, just jacked up, just follows us all the way to the gas station. And so I'm like, oh man, we might have to throw some hands out here. And we get out of my car and we're just waiting for this guy to just come out with something. And out walk, I kid you not even 5 feet tall. This guy comes out of his car and we didn't know what to do. We didn't know what to laugh, but he said a few expletives and didn't do anything else.
And one time in college, remind me, Deb, after the break, I'll tell you this. I got into a road rage incident at a McDonald's drive-thru. Think of how that could happen. Road rage incident in a McDonald's drive-thru. When we come back, your calls, 404-872-0750, 1-800 WSB Talk on Twitter and Instagram at Mark Arum. This is The Mark Arum Show.
Come on. What's your bag number? What's your bag number?
Amazing audio from the video from Channel 2, a road rage incident between a MARTA bus driver and an off-duty police officer. Welcome back to the Mark Arum Show, 404-872-0750. Sabrina joins us in Covington. Sabrina, welcome to the program.
Hey, how you doing?
Excellent, Sabrina. What's going on?
About the model buses. I drive a school bus for the DeKalb County.
Bless your heart. That's a great thankless job.
Yes, and you want to say, you just said you'd rather be caught behind a school bus than a model bus.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. So I was pulling up to a stop, and my stop is at a model bus stop. Have to be about 30 kids off.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't notice a model bus was behind me. So I had all my bells and whistles blowing, and the model bus just pulled around me.
Oh, no.
And like turned inwards across the bus and had to stick her head over and told the passenger over there, come on.
While you've
know
got
what?
your arm down and the kids are getting out.
Yes, sir.
Oh my goodness,
Yes, sir.
that's the word. There's a couple things that make me really mad, Longoria. I think you know a couple of them. When people litter, when they throw stuff out of their cars, when people don't stand and pay attention to the national anthem, that drives me nuts. Protesters excluded, just like ignorant people that just like will not take their hat off. And people that go around school buses when the arm is stopped. I'm not looking at you, Chuck, because I know you had an excuse, but when when other people do that, drives me crazy. I can't believe a MARTA bus would have done that to a school bus. Shouldn't there be like little gang pride, bus driver pride?
Bus driver.
Yeah, a little fist bump. Bob's in Cartersville. Bob, welcome to the program.
Hey, Mark, how are you, buddy?
What's going on, brother?
Hey, my understanding of the video is that the police officer got out of his car and went back to his car and got his pistol and walked back to the bus. Is that not true?
Allegedly, yeah.
Well, the reason why he did that, now it's the only defense he's going to get from me, being a former cop, is he left his service weapon on his seat in an open car.
Oh, yeah.
If he loses that, he better go get that
That's
thing.
a good point. That's a good point,
So
yeah.
that's the only reason why he probably went and got it. He realized he was being an idiot.
Yeah.
And he went and got it and holstered it.
Yeah, you don't want to leave that on the front seat while you're out yelling at a bus driver. That's a good. But I mean,
I got a good one for you.
He shouldn't have done that though. He shouldn't have gotten out of his car. What's your story, real quick, buddy?
I had some guys pulling up behind me trying to make me go faster, and I slowed down and stopped at the light, and they started laying on the horn. I just put it in park and got out and walked slowly back towards him. He rolled down the window a little bit, and I said, "Can I help you?" And he just looked at me and says, "I want you to go faster." I said, "God doesn't want you to go faster, son. He wants you to go slower." And I walked slowly back. He had to sit 2 more lights.
Were you in uniform, or were you just in civilian clothes?
Oh, this is civilian clothes.
Oh, wow.
This was long after. This was just recently. This is long after I was a policeman. I wouldn't be a cop today if you paid me 10 times what they're paying now.
Understood. I wouldn't get out of the car though. It's just nothing good ever happens once you get out of the car.
Yeah, you don't know what that guy's had.
Yeah, stay in the car. That's my advice. Uncle Arum says stay in the car. Tina's up next on the show. Hello, Tina.
Hello. I am a teacher, but I'm also a school bus driver, and you made a reference to what his punishment should be. I think you should have to ride the MARTA bus for a solid day to see what it's like to drive a bus.
Yeah,
because so many people feel like you do about buses, and they pull out in front because they don't want to be behind. Or
no, I don't listen. I don't drive
in.
recklessly around buses. I'm just annoyed by buses. Like I give them. Listen, a MARTA bus could crunch my car up in 2 seconds. I pay them the proper respect. I just am furious every time I'm stuck behind one because I know I'm going to be 15 minutes late, and I'm always 15 minutes late anyway. So that means I'm going to be 30 minutes late to somewhere. I didn't tell my road race story though in the McDonald's parking lot. We'll do that when we come back. And we'll do a little Sanjay with Would You Rather and more of your calls. 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB-TALK on Twitter and Instagram at Mark Arum. Oh, yeah, Russ in Gainesville as well. A lot of stuff to do in the second hour on WSB.
The Mark Arum Show is performed before a live studio audience.
No, I want this town to be near you.
Welcome back to the show and a good Tuesday Eve to you. Mark Arum here, you there. It's 7:07, 7 minutes after 7 o'clock. This is the Mark Arum Show, heard Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 p.m. on WSB. The whole gang's here tonight. Deb Green produces the show. Longoria, the stoic Eskimo, on his last day before vacation on the other side of the takeout window. Low T screens your calls. Little Sanjay is going to join us in just a second with Would You Rather. We'll take more of your calls on the road rage incident between a MARTA bus and an off-duty Atlanta police officer. Real quick, my road rage story at McDonald's. So I was in college, and this was big. This was a big deal in Poughkeepsie, New York in 1993-ish. There was a 24-hour McDonald's.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah. It was one of the nation's first, I think. It was pretty awesome. And you know my routine in college. We would do that, and then we would get hungry, and then we would...
Right.
So my buddy...
Go to the library?
Yes, we'd go to the library and study and get very hungry, and then go to McDonald's. So my buddy Nicky Bones is driving. Bezzosi is in the riding shotgun. I'm in the back seat. Bezzosi.
Nice.
Chris Bezzosi. I actually named my dog after him.
Is that where you got that name?
Yeah, Bezzosi. Anyway, so I'm in the back seat, tired, but hungry. So we go there, and there's a line it's like, I don't know, 2 a.m, and there's these guys in this car behind us that keep jerking forward to the back of Nick's car. Nick's from Queens, New York, now a New York City detective, and they eventually hit the back of his car. And Nick loses it. I mean, he's Cuban. He had a short temper. He whips himself out of the car. Bazzozi's out. I'm like, oh, we're getting a fight at McDonald's. We're like 6 feet away from Nuggets and Big Mac.
Deliciousness.
Yeah, like I didn't want to get in a fight. I wanted to eat my food. So we get out, and you know how it is, like, and everyone's bowing up. Luckily, there was a police officer in the parking lot that saw the whole thing come down. He turns on his siren and lights, comes over, and he's like, what the hell's going on? And the guy behind is like, he stopped short. And the cop's like, this is a drive-through. There's no other way but to stop short. So he wrote up the ticket. We wound up not fighting. I got my 20-piece and a quarter pounder with cheese.
Nice.
Yeah, but
he stopped short.
He stopped short.
Okay, Frank Costanza.
Yeah, the police officer's like, what are you talking about? He's like, I saw him. You were like being a jackwagon and like revving your engine and like. Anyway, that was my road rage story. Let's see. Joe's up next on the Mark Arum Show. Joe, welcome to the program.
Hello.
Hello, Joe.
Hey, I was the guy that lost my cool one day. I have a neighbor down here that speeds up and down the road. I've called the law on him a few times, and he kept on speeding up and down the road, and I've got kids out here. Well, one day I was in the old farm truck coming down a dead-end road that we live on, and he got hit me in the curve. So I'd had enough of it that time. Now, let me tell you, we've called the law on this guy. They couldn't do nothing. They've been down to his house, talked.
Let me jump in for a second, Joe. When you called the law, what did they tell you?
Oh, they just went down and talked to the guy at his house.
Okay.
And nothing. And they came back and they gave him the warning. Gave him a verbal warning, but they couldn't do anything because they didn't see him. So anyway, one day I was coming back and I'd been working on kind of hard. I guess I was kind of, wits in a little bit with everything else, and here comes the guy around the corner, wide open, and about hit me head on.
So what'd you do? Real quick, because we got to get to Sanjay. Real quick, what'd you do?
I turned around and ran him down. And I got out, and I gave him a peace of mind. If he'd got out, maybe we'd have got into it.
But he stayed in the car?
Sir?
He stayed in the car?
Yeah, he stayed in the car. He gassed it on around. I guess he knew I was fed up with him. But
did he call the law on you?
I'm sorry?
Did he call the law on you?
No, not that I know of.
Okay. Well, that's good. Well, happy ending. I'm glad you're okay, Joe. Jim's in Loganville. Jimmy.
6 callers ahead of us, Jimmy.
What's going on, buddy?
I appreciate you taking my call. I call quite often, but let me tell you, I ride with or have ridden with a lot of police officers before with the Nam Knights Motorcycle Club.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and let me tell you, a lot of them, they're good men. They're out there. They have bad days like everybody
Absolutely.
else. I understand. As a police officer, they have to sit there and they deal with the scum of crap on the road all day. The only reason why he probably had his weapon out of his holster in the first place, I wouldn't drive. I don't drive around in Atlanta, and I have a concealed weapons permit without a weapon almost in my lap or sitting on the floor next to me, because they always are jumping people's cars and stuff.
Oh, yeah, the slider crimes, the carjackings, absolutely. Listen,
well, I'm retired. I'm retired Special Forces.
Oh, wow.
And let me tell you, I've spent 7.5 years of my life in combat zones. I'm on wife number 5, but these officers take a bunch of dang crap. Oh, I know. Hey, get this: wife 5, marriage 6. Married my second one twice.
Good for you. Listen,
my second, third, and fourth wife, they were kind of professional dancers.
Understood. Jim,
Yeah.
I love you. Call back soon, but I got to run. We got to get Sanjay on, or he's going to hang up on me.
It's time. Now, time for Would You Rather with Lil Sanjay.
He is the guru, the soothsayer, the truth seeker, the asker of unanswerable questions. He joins us every Tuesday and Thursday on the Mark Arum Show. He's Big Sanjay and Would You Rather. How you doing, Sanj?
I'm doing well, man. I almost hung up on you.
I know. Jim's a great call, but I mean, Sanjay's he's got a small window. Well, he's got a tiny window.
Huge window.
He's got a huge
oversized window.
Oversized window. All right, so Sanjay's going to ask us questions. We're going to answer them in studio. Feel free to play along in your car, and then tomorrow at work, ask your coworkers these questions. Steal Sanjay's stuff. It's fine. Go ahead. First question, Sanjay.
All right, number 1, would you rather have a dog with a cat's personality or a cat with a dog's personality?
I'm allergic to cats. I sneeze. It's not that I dislike them, but I'll go to dog with a cat's personality.
Yeah, I think I'll stick with the dog. I don't like cats.
Yeah, I sneeze too much.
Cats have the worst personality, so give me a cat with a dog personality. Yeah, I want the dog personality. That's why I like dogs, because cats suck.
Give me the cat with a dog personality.
Yeah, okay. Cats are awful.
Much as I don't like cats.
Yeah. Next question, Sanjay.
All right, number 2. Would you rather get $1 million right now or get $1,000 every 24 hours in perpetuity? You know what that means? Forever.
Ever.
For a long time.
I got to do quick math here. 24K a day, 120.
No, 1K every 24 hours. That's $365,000 a year.
Oh yeah, that's like Chuck's annuity, Chuck's retirement annuity. Give me
Wow.
I'm gonna roll the dice that I'll live long enough to collect the mill. So more than a mill. So I'll go $1,000 a day.
Yeah, $1,000 a day. I think I won't spend it. If I got a big lump, I'd go crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You'd be torn with the Stones.
Yep.
By the way, we're giving away Stones tickets in a little bit. Go ahead, Chuck.
I was just going to say I'd take $1,000 because I would be less inclined to.
Yeah, that is good.
Do
I didn't even think
something
of that.
stupid. It would keep me probably a little more, sane, fiscally sane.
$1,000 a day? You said, Sanjay?
Yeah, every 24 hours.
Yeah, that's pretty good, man. That's
that's
I'll do $1,000 a day.
When he said the million, I thought we were going to go into a cocaine question again.
We're going to have to ask him how things are going at home again.
Or, how do you pronounce cocaine again, Sanjay?
Cocaine.
There you go. All right, next question, buddy.
All right. Did Longo answer?
Yeah, we all took the grand.
Okay.
Yeah, the grand.
All right. Would you rather have your favorite sports team win 10 consecutive championships and never win again, or have them win one championship every decade for the next 100 years?
Well, Longo, you were the closest with this with those Spurs.
Yeah.
So I'll let you answer first because you have kind of firsthand experience on that.
I think I'll do 10 in a row.
Texans win 10 in a row?
Yeah.
I'm going to go 10.
I could die happy if they win 10 in a row.
Yeah, I'm going to go 10 in a row. And it's going to surprise you. My answer is
New York Giants?
New York Knicks. I'm going to
Knicks.
Because I've seen the Giants win the Super Bowl. I've seen the Yankees win the World Series. I've never seen a Knicks title in my lifetime. It's the worst organization in pro sports. So I'll give me 10 straight Knicks titles. Or Braves, Braves.
Yeah.
I meant Braves, Atlanta Braves.
I'm okay with once a decade. That's fine.
Yeah.
Like it gives you something to look forward to. You're like, oh yeah, we're gonna win.
Yeah,
and
we'll win within the next 10 years.
Exactly.
Okay.
I'm going to go once a decade because all those Yankees championships, and then it took them forever to get back. That sucked. I'd rather just get one a decade and be okay with that. They set the bar too high.
Understood.
I don't want to watch all that and then it'd be done.
Interesting question, Silky. I liked it. All right, next one, buddy.
All right, just to get back into that dark space, if you were trapped in a crumbling building, would you rather be at the top or at the bottom?
I don't think it matters much in the end, but
that's for sure.
Top. Well, you live longer if you're on the top.
Chuck's a bottom though. So
you a bottom
see what
bunk?
you did
Are
there.
you a bottom bunk?
I'm a top. I'm gonna go top. Deb Green.
I think I could find a small enough space to hide under until everything was done, and then dig my way out.
So you'd be on the bottom?
I'll stay on the bottom.
You're getting crushed either way.
It's fine.
I don't want to get crushed. I'd rather crush somebody.
I'd rather be on the bottom.
I know.
I'll do top.
All right. One more, Silky?
I got one more. Would you rather be gorgeous with a crap personality or less attractive with a very likable personality?
Chuck, we'll start with you on this one.
I think we already know what I already am. I might as well. I'd rather have a better personality, so I'll go with less attractive with a better personality.
Longo?
Yeah, I guess less attractive with a better personality.
Yeah, less attractive.
Let me put some numbers. We're talking 4 out of 10 with a good personality.
Oh, no, then give me the crap personality. Yeah, no, I don't want to be that ugly.
With a crap personality.
So you're going 10 out of 10 crap personality.
No, I switch.
Longoria?
No, I'll stay.
I tell Maya I'm a 4 every day, so I'm okay with that. It served me well. 4 with a good personality. Deb Green?
I will stay unattractive and be wonderful to be around.
Deb's a 9 with a 9 personality, so this question has no bearing on her whatsoever. Believe it or not, Mr. Cocaine is the official accountant of the Mark Arum Show. It's tax season. Get your taxes done, folks, by Big Sanjay. You can search Big Sanjay on Google. No, don't do that. You'll come up with something really bad. Just go to Brass Tax Accounting on Facebook or Brass Tax. We'll talk to you on Thursday, Sanj.
My man, I'll talk to you then.
All right, good job. We'll come right back with more of your calls. Russ in Gainesville and Stones tickets to give away. It's the Mark Arum Show on WSB.
Mark Arum on 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB Talk. Russ in Gainesville has been a busy man over the last 24 hours.
I want to talk to you.
Had 2 girls last this morning, Russ, when last I checked, and then 1 bounced. What's the status with your social life right now, my friend?
Yeah, we got rid of Christy. She just wasn't acting right. But I'm sitting here with Shelly. But I got to tell you something about this because, this girl picking up thing. Let me tell you the hazards. Because Shelly doesn't even know this yet, but I've had some guys sending me threats and stuff all day.
What?
Like, instead of road rage, it's boyfriend rage or something. I guess he thinks that she's his girlfriend. She says she doesn't have a boyfriend, but this guy's been death threatening me.
Who is it? This is Christy's boyfriend, or
some guy named Robert? It's I guess he likes Shelly, and he doesn't like that I'm with her. Yeah, that's the kind of things that go on with this. When you pick up girls and stuff, it's all fun and everything, but sometimes they forget to tell you, I'm still married to some psycho that's going to kill you.
Tell Robert to give it a day and things will change. I mean, you're not looking for anything long term, right, Russ? I mean, you're a man about town.
Out with Shelly. We've been around 3 or 4 years now with her, so she's really good, close to me. And
all right.
I don't even know who this guy is.
Well, Russ, quick programming note. Robert, back off Russ, by the way, if you're listening. We're off tomorrow because of basketball, so don't call in tomorrow, but we'll check in on Thursday, okay?
Okay.
All right, buddy. Take care. Another programming note, Deb Green, coming at 8 p.m. What do we got cooking on the Nifty 750?
What are we doing? No, I read this earlier.
Primary coverage
Yes.
in New Hampshire. Chris Chandler's going to anchor that till 11 p.m. Jamie Dupree will be live in New Hampshire as well, the live free or die state. Charlie's up next to the Mark Arum Show. Charlie, real quick on road rage, what do you have?
I drive an 18-wheeler, and I have had all kinds of road rages out here, but because of the deterrent that I carry, every time I step out of my truck, they get back in their vehicle and they leave.
The deterrent would be a piece of metal strapped to your waist.
No, actually, it's a medieval mace.
What? Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. I make them as a hobby.
Oh,
and
wow.
I've carried it in my truck for about 15 years, and every single time they have pulled in front of me or pulled behind me and got out of their car or vehicle, I just step out beside my truck with that in my hand. And
listen, if you got an extra one, Charlie, send one to me. I would love to have a medieval mace in the back seat of my car. When we come back, we're giving away Rolling Stones tickets. Chuck and I are going to go heads up with a little time zone trivia. No, don't call. Just stick around. We'll be right back.
Hey, this is Ray Liotta, and you're listening to the
He packed in the animals 2 by 2, ox, a camel, and a kangaroo. Packed him in that ox so tight, I couldn't get no sleep that night. Rolling Stones, Shep and Ham, tell me about that master plan. Oh, my Lord, 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 Lord.
What's your badge number? Me? No!
What's your badge number? Audio released to Channel 2's Tyisha Fernandes here live on the Mark Arum Show. You heard it here live on the Mark Arum Show. A road rage incident between a MARTA bus driver and an off-duty Atlanta police officer. We'll see how the Atlanta Police Department responds, if they punish the police officer or not. Real quick, your road rage stories. Then we're going to play Time Zone Trivia. I need 2 contestants for this, Chuck. So open up the phone lines. 2 contestants to play Time Zone Trivia. If you're a Rolling Stones fan, call in now because we're giving away Stones tickets. So 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB Talk. Jim's up on the Mark Arum Show. Jim, what do you have?
Well, I had a situation a few years ago when I was driving home beyond road rage. I was driving a major highway between 2 local cities and through a canyon, and I was doing a little above the speed limit about 11 at night, and the guy come up behind me just inches behind my bumper. So I figured, fine, you want to do that, I'll just slow down to the minimum and you can go around me. Well, I slowed down and he hit me So I said, well, I'm going to pull over to the shoulder and see what's going on. And before I could get over the shoulder, he hit me 2 more times. So I'm on the phone with the Highway Patrol dispatcher, and she's saying she can hear the impacts over the phone. And I approached the next town, and she says, get off the road, get out of his way. I took the off-ramp, and he pulled off behind me, and I jerked back on, and he jerked back on, and by this time he'd hit me about 15 or 20 times.
Oh, my gosh.
So the next off-ramp, I was a little sharper, so I jerked off, and the Highway Patrol had to come from some distance, so they had the local police waiting at all the off-ramps. And as I looked over, he's off the ramp into the ice plant and lost traction, and the dispatcher said, get off at the next off-ramp and we'll come and get you.
Yeah?
So they got him. I came back. Turns out he was a drunk driver.
Oh, my goodness.
So they charged him with several counts of assault with a deadly weapon.
Jim, what did you do
DUI.
What did you do to get off the freeway?
Well, I started off on an off-ramp, and he followed me on the first one.
Okay.
The second one was a much sharper off-ramp.
So what did you...
I jerked back onto the freeway, and he didn't make the turn.
What did you do to get off that second one, though?
Well, I just tried to take the off-ramp, and when I saw he was following me again, I jerked back onto the freeway. I didn't get off.
All right. So first
and he didn't make the turn.
Before you jerked on, though,
plant.
before you jerked on, what did you have to do?
What do you mean?
No, it's not going to happen. All right, Jim. Thanks for the call. But I tried to massage it. That was a great story, though, Jim. I tried to massage it. Rick's incoming. Rick, real quick, welcome to the show. How are you, sir?
Hey, Mark. Good to talk to you. Thanks for taking the call.
My pleasure, buddy.
Listen, this is going back in college days, so we're talking like 1980. And I've been here in Atlanta, and you know how traffic and road rage you see every day. I do about 30 to 40,000 miles a year. But I was up in Providence, Rhode Island.
Ooh.
And I don't know if you ever heard of Atwell's Avenue. So you're up in the Italian section up there, and streets are real busy. And this guy comes right up on my butt, so to speak, and lays on the horn. Can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Pull up a little bit, stop. He's laying on the horn. I open the door and lean out. I'm going like, what's going on, dude? And next thing, I shut the door. Next thing, this guy gets out of the car, comes over, starts using every word in the book, and he takes a swing at me while I'm sitting at the car. Glances off my chin, and I just look back, and I said, oh, okay, roll up the window. When I roll up the window, I caught his tie. The traffic started moving. I started going.
No way.
I stepped in for about 3 or 4 times, and I just hit the button, let the tie go, and I kept going. And
oh, my goodness. By the way, I don't in Providence, Rhode Island, that's a mobbed up town. Don't get out of your car in Providence, Rhode Island. There's a lot of, connected folk in Providence, Rhode Island. It's a little state, Rhode Island, but they got some big families, if you know what I mean. All right, Brian's in Duluth. Brian, real quick, what's your road rage story, buddy?
Everybody clap your
That's all right. We got to play the game anyway. All right. Let's play a little time zone trivia there, Longoria.
Time zone trivia.
Tony in Buford, you're playing time zone trivia. What's going on, buddy?
Just watching it rain right here on 985. I pulled over to get in the
look
game.
at you. All right. Be safe. You're going to be playing against James in Atlanta. James.
I'm on the air. I'm fixing to play.
All right, James is fixing to play. Tony's in Buford. Tony, you're the first caller to Time Zone Trivia, so this is how we're going to do it today. Loti and I are going to get, Deb's going to tell us a city, and we have to guess what time zone it's in. You get to pick your player, Tony, since you called in first. You want to be on Loti's team, or do you want to be on my team?
I'll be on your team, Mark.
All right, bad mistake there. All right, James James is playing with Loti. Since Chuck is the defending champ, he goes first. What city are we talking about here, Deb Green?
All right, we'll start with Jackson, Mississippi.
Jackson, Mississippi. That's got to be in the Central Time Zone.
It is in Central Time Zone.
All right, yeah. All right, so who got that? James gets a point because James is playing with Chuck. All right, Tony, me and you. Here we go. What's the city, Deb Green?
All right, next up, Fort Wayne, Indiana.
What I
Central
feel like
Time Zone.
Yeah, that's not how this works. You're just rooting for me to get them right. But I was going to guess Central Time Zone.
No.
No, Eastern?
Eastern.
All
Indiana's
right.
Eastern.
So you guys on the phone, don't shout out the answers. You're just betting on whether Chuck and I will get it, and I am not good at this game. All right, James is up. What's the time zone for Chuck there, Deb, or
All right.
the city?
Next one we have here is Omaha, Nebraska.
Ooh, that's going to be one of those that's close.
That's your neck of the woods, though, Chuck.
I'm going to say it's in the Mountain Time Zone.
It is not in the Mountain Time Zone. It is Central.
Oh, all right.
No
there
point.
you go. We can tie this up, Tone. All right, here we go, Deb. What do we got?
All right, Mark, how about Pierre, South Dakota?
Really? All right, North Dakota is close to Canada.
Right.
It's on Canada's border, I believe.
It is.
As I learned recently, as is Montana. That is still going to be Central, Deb Green.
That is Central.
Yeah. All right,
one point.
Tony. I got the point, bud.
All right, you're tied up now. One apiece.
All right, Chuck's up now. Time zone trivia on the Mark Arum Show.
All right, let's head over to Salem, Oregon.
Oh, that's... Ooh, oh, no, wait a second. There's this little sliver of Oregon that's Montana.
Yeah.
I mean, Mountain Time.
Yeah.
Montana. Yeah, that's not what I meant.
I love how you guys both pronounce it, by the way. It's Oregon from Deb and Oregon.
Oregon.
How do you pronounce it, Longoria?
Oregon.
I pronounce it oregano.
I'm going to say it is West Coast.
It's got to be, no?
There's no such thing as West Coast. It's called Pacific.
All right.
Whatever, same
Is it
thing.
Pacific?
Yes.
All right, you got it right. All right, good job. I didn't know there was a little sliver there, though.
There's this little weird...
Tiny little
'cause
area.
we used
Tiny
to run in Oregon. It doesn't.
Tiny hamlet in western Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
All right, I'm up now. Let's
All right,
go.
how about Santa Fe, New Mexico?
Let's see, Longoria crossed over in Arizona. That's going to be mountain.
That is Mountain.
Yeah, all
Good
right.
job.
I'm tracking Longoria's path to the U.S. to determine what time zone he was in. All right, Chuck's up. You got
All
So
right.
basically, Tony and James, you're doing nothing. You're just
You're just hanging out
Yeah.
until we give tickets away.
the fate of the world is in our hands for you. All right, next one.
Okay, now we got Buffalo, New York.
That's for Chuck, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, come on. That's got to be East Coast, right?
That is
That
right.
is
It's
East
Eastern.
Coast. It's
Sometimes
Western
they're
New
too
York,
easy.
though. It's Western New York, so it's close.
Yeah.
It's right on the lake, one of the
Okay.
Great Lakes. All right, I'm up.
All right, how about Montgomery, Alabama?
Central.
It is Central.
Yeah, how about that?
All right, you guys are on a roll. 3-piece. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie, how about El Paso, Texas?
By the way, before we go, Tony, you didn't have to pull over to play this game.
You just could have kept driving and listening.
I should have told you. You could have kept driving. You just got to sit there and be silent. I apologize. All right, what was the sound for him?
It is El Paso, Texas.
Oh.
El Paso, Texas. That is
No
going
hints,
to be
Longo.
in the Mountain Time Zone.
It is in Mountain.
Wow,
Good call.
I would have definitely gotten that one wrong. All right, last one. What's the score, by the way?
We got Charlie at 4. You got 3.
All right, so I need this one to tie.
That's right.
All right. A lot
All
of
right.
pressure here.
Final city,
All right.
Dodge City, Kansas.
Oh, son of a biscuit.
Right in the middle.
Yeah, no kidding. President Trump has not had a rally at Dodge City
Surprised.
or Dodge City, Missouri.
Where are you going?
I dropped my pen.
Where are you going?
You're not going to find the answer down there.
It's in the middle. I got to say Central. Kansas Central, no?
It is Central.
All right, good
Yeah.
job.
All
How many
right.
pairs of tickets do we have to give away, by the way?
I can give away 2.
All right, let's do that.
All
Let's
right, we'll do
Since
that.
for them sitting on hold.
Yeah, they just sat there.
Yes.
That's
For
quite a
absolutely
bit.
Hey, it's
doing
the
nothing.
easiest game.
For absolutely doing nothing but just calling in. Tony and James, you are both going to the Rolling Stones, courtesy of the Mark Arum Show. How about
Great.
that?
That's great. That's a deal.
All right.
That
now,
was hard.
you can start. Well,
That was hard.
don't start.
Don't start driving yet.
Don't start driving yet, because Chuck's going to get some info from you, all right?
Very good.
All right. Hey, Tony, hang on the line. James, hang on the line. We appreciate you playing. I'm definitely going to hang up on one of these guys. There we go. All right. They're back on there. All right. That was fun. We got to figure out the mechanics of the game, because I like
Yeah.
the
We
game.
change it
Gotta
every
figure out how to
time.
involve the contestants.
Yeah, the contestants didn't do anything. Maybe we should do it like Millennial Match Game, where you have to guess whether or not we'll know the times.
Right. That might be a little
That
bit.
might
That would
be
make
better.
sense.
Then just them sitting there listening to us. They could do that in
I
the
didn't even
radio.
have to have them potted up. We could
Yeah,
have totally.
we could have not even. Yeah. Didn't
And
make
the
any
funny
sense.
part was James like, "Shh, I'm about to be on the air."
Yeah.
Well, not really. Well, not really, James. All right, Eddie's up next on the Mark Arum Show. Thanks for hanging on, Eddie. Eddie.
Yeah.
Hey.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Welcome to the show.
I believe that Billy Cox should be fired.
I can barely hear you, Eddie. You got the phone to your mouth? What's going on there?
It's a cell phone.
The cell phone? Is it a flip phone or is it right? Yeah, I can hear you a little better now. You said the police officer should be fired.
I'll do it a little bit closer.
There you go.
Yeah, I think that cop should be fired because he went on the offense. He was probably following too close to that bus. And then having a bad day, that's no excuse at all, especially around firearms.
Yeah.
And putting a firearm in your holster, that's an offensive move. He could have put that firearm, secured it in his trunk.
As the former police officer mentioned, he went back to his car to get the weapon. Maybe he realized he shouldn't have left it unattended in his car. So
that's no excuse.
I know. Listen, I'm just providing. I'm just providing off ramps for this story, Eddie. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. We got 1 segment to go. You want to run down those deadly diseases, Deb? We can do that.
Yeah,
when
we can
come
do
back?
that. Sure.
All right, we'll do that. On Twitter and Instagram at Mark Arum. This is the Mark Arum Show.
Mark Arum on 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
All right, no show tomorrow, but Longoria, you can always listen to the podcast during the broadcast tomorrow because the Bulldog basketballs will be on. But if you missed the Mark Arum Show, go back and listen to a show you might have missed while you were too busy to listen, whatever that reason might have been. Stacy's in Kennesaw. Stacy, welcome to the program. How are you?
Thank you. I'm fabulous. How are you?
Excellent. What can I do for you?
Well, I just heard you were giving out Rolling Stones tickets, and I wanted to talk to you about that.
What? So, Deb, are we done with the tickets?
I have one final pair that we can do on Thursday or Friday if you'd like.
All right. So here's the deal, Stacy, because you sound phenomenally awesome. Call Thursday at like 5:59 p.m. and I'll think of a way you can win the tickets. Okay.
Ooh, okay. I can do that.
Yes, Thursday, 5:59 p.m. You'll be the first caller. Chuck will unlock the phones just for Stacy, and then we'll think of a way you can earn and win the Rolling Stones tickets. How's that?
Yay! I'll do it.
All right.
Whatever.
Oh, sorry, Stacy. I hung up on her. Chuck's up next on the show. What's going on, Chuck?
Hey, I was at a drive-through window at McDonald's. It's been years ago when they only had one drive-through window. I was a deputy. A Cobb County cop pulled up right on our rear end, blowing his horn. My wife was driving. I jumped out. I'm in civilian clothes, and I said, "Sir, would you mind backing up?" He said, "Do you want to go to jail now or get in your car and leave?" I said, "Well, I'm not going to jail." He jumped out, brandished his gun, grabbed me. I hope he's listening, and put his silver shield in my face, and I pulled my gold star out because I was a deputy, and I said, "Mine's a little bigger than yours, isn't it, buddy? Do you want to get in your car or go to jail?"
Wow.
And,
what did he say?
He got in his car and left because he knew I could arrest him, and he couldn't arrest me.
Real quick, Longoria wants to know what you ordered at McDonald's.
Oh.
Well, we'll never find out. Sorry, Longo. Let's do star of the show. Hoping for it.
And now, are you guys ready for the Mark Arum star of the show?
Eeny, meeny, miny, schmo. Mark Arum gets star of the show. I'm the schmo. I get star of the show. On Twitter and Instagram, at Mark Arum. Facebook, Mark Arum WSB. In the meantime, go to sleep, little baby.
Go to sleep, you little baby. Guests of the Mark Arum Show stay at the All Suite Omni Hotel, located in the heart of Chicago's Magnificent Mile.